So, nagpaalam ako sa LGU. I was able to contact like the mayor's office. And I said, look, I'm not really from here, but I'm doing my thesis here. I know a lot about the place. May I represent your wonderful municipality. I forgot the word. Ayun. And then they said, yeah, and they said, thank you, and I hope you do well. So, ayun.
Magandang araw mga kapwa siyentista. Welcome sa BTS or ang Behind the Science podcast, kung saan kakausapin natin ang mga nangungunang siyentista sa kani-kanilang mga larangan. Pero ngayong araw, isang special episode ang handog namin para sa inyo. Ngayon ay kakausapin natin ang isa sa mga naging contestant ng Miss Earth Philippines. At syempre, bahagi rin ng ating grupo sa Marine and Earth Science Learning Hub. So, she is currently studying or taking her master's degree in marine science sa UP Marine Science Institute, and she graduated BS Chemistry from the University of Santo Tomas. So without any further ado, let's all welcome Ms. Iris Mabanta to our podcast. Ayan. So, di naman nila ito yung first time na makita ka. So, we already had a podcast before. But this is the first time that they discovered, kumbaga, that you've joined Miss Earth Philippines. Yun yung pag-uusapan natin ngayon. Yung mga experiences mo sa pagsali. So, unang-una, Iris, ano yung nag-push sa'yo para sumali ng Miss Earth Philippines?
I think for me, I really wanted to join a pageant in general. Parang it was one of my little goals na, maybe I should join a pageant one day. And nakasali na ako ng pageant nung high school, and nanalo ako, I think, second or third place, I think. Ganun, yung nakambili na kandula. And then, sumali ako ng small pageant ulit after a fashion show that I did. Tapos parang sabi ko, I think maybe I'll try something bigger. And then, sakto, I was doing a photo shoot. Tapos yung designer na kasama ko dun said na, may screening ng Miss Earth mamaya. Sabi ko, perfect, Miss Earth. Like, I love the environment. I genuinely really do love the environment. Like, since kaya ako nasa science ngayon is because I love the environment. I want to do something for the environment. My dream is to maybe put up an NGO for the environment, ganun. And then a platform like Miss Philippines Earth, I think it was perfect for me to join. Kasi yun nga, yung advocacy ng Miss Earth, it's really for the environment. And to have a platform as big as Miss Philippines Earth like that, to have a voice where you can be heard by a lot of fans. Kasi diba, the Philippines loves, like mga Pinoy, diba? Pageant. Ano yun? Yung pageant.
Tatlong P.
O yung tatlong P. Hindi ba?
Hindi. Tatlong B.
Tatlong B. Beauty pageants. Boxing. Basketball. Ayun. So, diba? It's a huge platform to be on, and then to use it in a way na would be for the betterment of the world, you know. Let's think big. For the betterment of the world. That's what I was hoping to do. So, I genuinely wanted to join Miss Earth specifically to use my voice in order to parang spread the word about like how to help the environment. Because I know, like, you know, as a scientist, I have this responsibility to share to people about what I know about how to, you know, take care of our environment. Yes. Especially the first time I joined. It was, my advocacy was a lot about science and Philippine native trees. So that's not a lot of people really know a lot about the topics that I would discuss. So it was important for me to spread the word, really. Yeah. So
actually, yung ginagawa natin sa Marine and Earth Science Learning Hub, yan na rin yung extension, kumbaga, or yung yung nasimulan mo sa Miss Earth, ito na rin yung...
Exactly.
Yeah. So, you've joined twice.
I joined twice.
Yeah. So, the first one was in 2020.
2020.
So, ito yung pandemic.
Oh.
Yeah, this was the online pageant.
Online siya.
And so, as in talaga, after the photo shoot, like, diretso kayo nag-apply for the screening?
Yeah. As in, sobrang impulsive na, sige na, sali ako. Parang, I was just so happy to be doing the photo shoot. And then bigla, there's this opportunity for the pageant. Parang, it was too good to pass up on.
Yeah.
Ayun.
The opportunity was there.
The opportunity was
You
there.
took it.
Ayun.
So, the second time was in 2022. 23. Last year. So, between those two, I mean, medyo nabigyan mo na kami ng idea dun sa advocacy mo noong 2020. How about noong 2023, last year? Ano yung naging advocacy mo for sharing or yung advocacy mo na pinresent dun sa pageant?
So last year, syempre, I was already taking my master's as a marine scientist. So yung pinaka-advocacy ko was the Sustainable Development Goal 14, Life Below Water. So syempre, I was talking about the blue economy, and especially I represented Mabini, Batangas. I was sharing about yung Verde Island Passage, how it's the most biodiverse in the world, diba? Tapos ngayon, it's now Hope Spot. So, diba, ito yung center of the Center for Marine Biodiversity. Yes. So, it was it was the perfect opportunity to share what I was personally studying on. Kasi yung thesis ko is about the submarine groundwater discharge sa Mabini. So, yun, as a marine scientist, I was like, this is perfect, Miss Earth. And then not a lot of people really discuss or have parang talk for the ocean. It's always usually about like trees, ganon, and all that. So I wanted to do something different kasi yun, trees na ako ng 2020, and then as a marine scientist, it's perfect. I'll advocate for the ocean and our waters, especially since the Philippines has one of the longest coastlines in the world. 5th ata tayo, if I'm not mistaken. Tapos, we're an archipelagic country. We have a lot of waters, diba? So, it was good to advocate for that.
Yeah, and yun nga, syempre, sabi mo na archipelagic nation tayo. As people living near oceans or near the coastlines, I think people really need to be educated further on how to use our resources, lalo na our marine natural resources. So that was really a good platform, and I was there. I was supporting you.
Yeah, thank you for that.
For both years.
For both years. What a great friend.
Yeah. So in 2020, you represented Pasig City. And then last year, you represented Mabini, Batangas. So bakit magkaiba yung representation? Can you share a few of things?
Well, kasi nung 2020, syempre, I grew up in Pasig. So that's really my hometown. Tapos, so it just made sense for me to represent Pasig. Pero last year, I asked naman Miss Philippines Earth, the organization, is it possible to represent something else where I think would be a good parang place to represent something? As long as the LGU supports you. So, yun nga, parang I thought, I'm studying Mabini. I know a lot about the environment there. Ilang beses na ako nakadive dun. And yun nga, being yung thesis ko is about Mabini. I have to, that's a requirement for me to know a lot about Mabini. So, I asked naman, nagpaalam ako, okay lang ba yun? Sabi na, okay lang, yeah, go ahead, as long as supported ka ng LG. So, nagpaalam ako sa LG, I was able to contact the mayor's office, and I said, look, I'm not really from here, but I'm doing my thesis here. I know a lot about the place. May I represent your wonderful municipality. I forgot the word. Ayun. And then they said yeah, and they said thank you, and I hope you do well. So ayun.
Ang galing lang kasi the LG is really supportive about that. Kasi I think one of the best kept treasures of Mabini, Batangas are its dive spots.
Exactly.
So it makes sense that you would shed light more on life below ocean. And yung paano natin mapapangalagaan yung tourist spots nila doon.
Yes.
So that was really good on the part of the LG. So with your experience, since dalawa yung experience mo, ano yung mga pinaka-memorable na part of the pageant na like kahit siguro tumanda ka na hindi mo siya makakalimutan?
I think for 2020 kasi siya, 'di ba, naging virtual.
Yeah.
And yung background ko was my home in Pasig. Tapos, buti lang may space ako and everything. And every time na may live kami, may appearance kami, my grandparents were there to watch. Nakaupo sila dun sa kasi nasa backyard namin yun kung saan ako rumarampa and everything. And my grandparents would come out. They would sit on some chairs kasi syempre tanda na sila. Tapos there would be sila yung audience ko. They would cheer for me like, "Go Iris!" Ganon. So that was really memorable for me. That was something I will treasure, especially that they're getting old. So I was really grateful for them to be there for me. And then last year, pinaka-memorable talaga is I think was when I went to Bukidnon. Kasi my dad lives there.
Yeah, oo nga pala.
Oh, my dad lives there. And then it was kind of the first time I saw Bukidnon in a different light. Kasi talaga when I was living there kasi, context, I used to live there in high school because of, personal reasons. Lumipat kami doon, basically. And then, never ko siya na-tour ng maayos, yung Bukidnon. Kasi, I had school, tapos parang on the weekends, my dad also had work on Saturdays. And then so nung pumunta kami Bukidnon nung Miss Philippines Earth 2023, nag-tour kami ng Bukidnon and I was like, this was here the whole time? Why haven't I seen these places, like these mga waterfalls, yung mga yun nga, mga talagang nature at its finest, I think. Ganun. So, if you all have the chance, punta kayong Bukidnon. Sobrang ganda sa Bukidnon. Talagang breathtaking views, breathtaking mga formations, ganun. So, yeah.
Sana makapunta rin ako. This was not a paid advertisement, by the way.
No, Bukidnon.
Pero, I've heard a lot of good things from people who visited Bukidnon. And, yeah, I wish I could go there sometime. Oh, yeah. Anyway, from your advocacy for both years, 2020 and 2020, what good or ano yung sa tingin mo na contribute or na nakikita mo to society, or ano yung nakita mo na improvement? Ay, okay, mas naging ganito, mas naging ganyan.
Like from me?
Yeah, in your perspective lang na parang may nakita ka na parang, uy, mas naging aware sila sa native trees, or uy, mas naging aware ba sila sa importance nung areas in Mabini, so yung mga ganun.
Actually, I think I don't know if it was because of me, pero noong 2020 I was advocating for native trees, diba? And then noong 2023 they were asking us to represent a native tree. Well, not native tree, but a tree. And then most of us represented mga native or endemic mga species dito. So I was really impressed by the organization na, you're really advocating for at least most of we were encouraged to represent a tree native to our the place that we're representing. So yun, parang I was really impressed, and I think that was one of the improvements that I saw. I don't know yet about from last year kasi sa Bukidnon din sila this year. So it's still about like the land, ganon. I don't know if coastal cleanup sila. Hindi ako updated, honestly, honestly speaking. But I think they are continuing to improve kasi the fact that they went to Bukidnon, the fact that they went to a place na hindi ganun ka touristy, I would say. And then they were advocating for the place. And in Bukidnon kasi, the congressman there of the 1st district of Bukidnon is really he's for the environment.
Oh.
And I applaud him for that. And I'm so happy that Miss Philippines Earth is collaborating with him. So I think that's a great, I guess, improvement or good move on their part as an organization.
Yeah, kasi, I mean, native trees wise, I mean, andyan Celine Morillo, she was one of the people who are now advocating through TikTok and through Facebook the importance of knowing the different native trees here in the Philippines and expanding on yung knowledge natin sa biodiversity. And I think nagsanga-sanga na siya lahat eh.
Oo nga.
It started with just an idea before. And then, yun nga, gaya ng sabi mo, di tayo sure kung sa'yo talaga, pero let's just say na sa'yo guys.
Let's claim it.
Oo. Pero, I mean nga, it's really nice that more and more are turning to or using social media as a platform to educate more on nature, on the environment.
Yeah.
Kaya, ay hindi nakakatuwa. Feeling ko din, kasi dahil online yung 2020th edition, more people were able to view, kumbaga.
Oo, diba? Kasi nasa phone.
Kasi nasa phone eh. The whole time, di ba? Pandemic-wise, nasa phones tayo most of the time. And, syempre, wala namang bagong sinushoot na masyado, di ba? On TV. So, online platforms have become bigger in terms of their influence on education. I mean,
yeah. Actually, in 2020, I was really grateful for the fact na a lot of pageant pages invited me to do lives.
Oh.
Sa kanila. I think you've watched much of my lives.
Yeah.
So,
maybe become troll ng keyboard. Keyboard troll.
Nagtatanong ko rin doon, naalala ko eh.
Yeah.
Pero yun, so I was able to ask a bunch of questions from people watching the lives. So I think that was one of the things that I was really grateful to be able to do. Kasi talagang, that's what I was there for, is to speak about the environment, speak about what I know, speak about me being a scientist and being a voice for the environment. So parang, I think I was able to do that more noong 2020 kaysa noong 2023. Dahil nga online platform. Ayun.
So, nabanggit mo na rin naman na, nare-relate mo yung pagiging scientist mo or nagagamit mo yung pagiging scientist mo during the pageant, lalong-lalo na yung 2020. What were the similarities between being a scientist and being a contestant in a beauty pageant?
Similarities, not that much, to be honest. Medyo talagang different ball game siya. Tapos, I think ang pinaka-similar na is that you have to speak to people. But as scientists, it's our responsibility to convey to the masses about our research. Ganun. In the same way, as a contestant, you also have to convey you have to be talagang public speaker talaga ikaw when you're a contestant. It's vital that you know how to speak to people as a contestant of pageants. Siyempre, di ba, kasi lalo na pag nag-Q&A, talagang you have to be on your best, talagang put your best foot forward, ganun. And talagang medyo nerve-wracking. But if you know your stuff, you can get through it. So pag ini-interview ako, kahit di ako umabot sa Q&A, pero pag ini-interview ako, it's also like nagpe-present ako sa conference. Kasi may back and forth in the Q&A, so they're asking, what did you do ganyan? So you have to answer then with confidence, you have to answer then with what you know. So syempre, I guess that's the similarity part, is the fact that you have to, yun nga, it's parang public speaking na rin siya. Ayun.
So syempre mahirap mag-talk about a topic na hindi mo masyadong alam yung facts, kumbaga, and if that question gets asked to you, di ba? Parang ang hirap naman sumagot, ang hirap mag-isip
Yeah.
ng isasagot. So, was that one of the hardest parts of joining a beauty pageant, yung Q&A, or was there more?
Actually, in Q&A, kasi hindi naman ako umabot dun eh. But I would have mga practice sessions with some of my co-candidates. Tapos, na-enjoy ko yung mga ganong practice sessions namin. I think the Q&A part was not super hard if I was able to. Pero ewan ko eh, kasi when you're there na, iba na rin. Pero yung mga ganong practice sessions, it wasn't super hard for me. Kasi, yun nga, I had the advantage of being a scientist. I know these things. Tapos, I think yung pinakamahirap na talaga na part, especially na 2023, is mga appearances na. Kasi, kahit pagod na kami, kahit 6 a.m. yung call time, minsan 4 or 5 a.m. Tapos, uwi kami makakatulog na kami 12, gano'n. And you have to look your best for it. You have to put on a smile when the cameras are there. You have to really...
Ayan, ganyan. Oo.
Tapos, bawal yung mga wacky na... You can't look wacky. You can't look haggard. You have to look beautiful all the time.
Pero, I mean, behind the scenes naman, you and the girls probably have like wacky moments din.
Absolutely. As in, and then nung 2020 actually, si Miss Mandaluyong, we live so close to each other, so we would be able to see each other every now and then. Tapos, ayun, so bonding kami, may mga wine nights kami. And then nung 2023, since nagsasama-sama na kami, face-to-face na siya, ayun, so mga kulitan, ganun, as girls. And it was so nice to have like a group of girls that I know would support me through all of it. And they were the best batch that I've ever, the best batch of girls that I've ever had the pleasure of being with. Kasi talagang, kahit mas bata pa sila sa akin, I didn't expect na makaka-relate ako sa mga mas bata sa akin. Kasi I'm so used to being with people that are kind of older than me. But, yun nga, they're just so genuine. I say this from my heart talaga, like, they will be my friends for life. And I still see them to this day. Every now and then. Nag-hangout pa rin kami, we catch up, ganun. Sometimes we do sleepovers.
Wow.
So, ayun.
Pero, did you guys, halimbawa, may certain project or activity yung isa sa inyo, did you do one of those? Like, post-pageant, halimbawa, isang contestant na friend mo, meron siyang activity related to environment, were you able to be invited or may ganun ba?
Actually, recently, si Miss Iliana Duana, the Miss Philippines Earth 2023 and currently Miss Earth Air, she invited us to repack mga goods for donation to the victims of Typhoon Katrina. So, ayun, may mga ganong moments naman talaga kami. But not a lot of opportunities, pero when we can, lalo na si Yana, when she had opportunities for us, she invites us naman. So, ganon kami ka-supportive sa each other. Tapos talagang may mga lumuwas pa nga papuntang Manila just to be there sa repacking ng goods.
Pero yeah, I mean, the recent Typhoon Katrina was really devastating. Sobra yung impact dito sa Metro Manila. Like, nagkagulatan na lang, shocks baka na everywhere. So, that was really a good initiative on Iliana's part. Close. Pero yeah, I mean, it's good to hear that projects of the girls are, you support each other basically. So, did you have any monetary support in terms of pagsali sa pageant? Like, kasi twice ka sumali. I mean, you had gowns, you had photo shoots. Were you able to have monetary support for those or sarili pera?
Thankfully, I had a lot of sponsors. So, yung mga gowns ko, yung photo shoots ko, they were basically free. Siguro naglabas lang ako ng konting pera. Syempre, kasi tulungan ko naman sila. I don't want everything to be free. They were doing this from the goodness of their heart na. So, pero I had a lot of sponsors. Tapos lalo na sa LG when I had to do yung eco video ko. So, yung tour ng place, ganun. Sinuport naman ako ng LGU. So, sponsor sa dive, sponsor sa transportation, sponsor sa, ano to, when you go to a location, ganun, and then they say, ay, mag-shoot sila dyan. Tabi mo. Tabi mo na.
So, parang ground control.
Oo, parang ganun.
Crowd control.
Oo, ganun.
So, I mean, that's nice. Kasi, I mean, I've heard a lot of stories that some of people who join pageants nga do not have as much of sponsorship support. So, yeah, that's nice na meron tumulong sa'yo in terms of those aspects. So, in your opinion, how did ito na yung Q&A ko. So, in your opinion, nakakatulong ba ang mga ganitong pageant sa pag-advance ng causes on the environment? Why or why not?
I genuinely think that it can help. But it also depends on who wins. If they are active in advocating for the environment, if they really do their part as winners in the pageant, then yes, this has great impact to help the environment. But yun nga, if they don't, then parang wala na. Thankfully, si Yana, she's really doing her part, and I commend her for that. She's really, her advocacy is on lahat ng sustainable development goals. So ako, SDG 14 lang. Siya lahat. And she knows her stuff. She really knows her stuff. She did her research. She knows how to speak to people. And she has all these projects where she tries to help everyone. She tries to, I think may ano din siya, may, ano ba, NGO, hindi mo NGO type siya that allows her to do these projects and help out. Lalo na to people, yun nga, that's why we were able to repack goods for Typhoon Karina, is that nag-fundraise siya for that.
So parang private organization or private foundation, parang that.
Yeah, a little bit. Like, it's just a small thing that she made, so commend her for that. So yun, I think pageants, depending on who wins, because it's one thing that you win the pageant, it's another that you exercise your duties as the win.
Follow through,
exactly.
So, ito yung tanong. If given the opportunity, will you be joining again? Will you be joining again Miss Philippines Earth?
Probably not Miss Philippines Earth anymore. I think I tried twice, hindi on a place twice. Maybe it's just not the pageant for me. Yun yung in-advise sa akin nung designer ko. And as much as I want to be super environmentally focused on my advocacies, maybe it's just not for me.
So, sa tingin mo, how can, ito parang advice na rin to dun sa mga listeners natin. What's your advice in terms of if people want to join these kinds of contests, beauty pageants, and have a scientific background? Paano nila mababalance yung dalawang mundo na yan? From experience.
I think you kind of have, for me, this is just my experience. You kind of have to stop some of your science duties. Kasi taxing yung mga appearances na ginawa namin. You talagang from early hours to late hours kami dire-diretso. Tapos puro photo shoots, puro video shoots, ganun. And lalo ng 2023. In 2020, that was completely different kasi pandemic. Pero in 2023, if a face-to-face pageant, it's really hard to balance. I think you need to step back a little bit from your duties as a scientist and really put your best foot forward dun sa duties mo as a pageant contestant. Kasi sayang din naman if you don't put your best foot forward sa pageant. Because yun nga, if maglalabas ka ng pera, if you're gonna dedicate your time and effort into something, why not give it your all?
Mm-mm.
Diba?
Diba?
Ayun. And I feel like then na as a pageant contestant, sayang if kasi this other contestant, she wasn't able to join one of the major challenges namin kasi she had to work. So sayang naman. So talagang nabawasan yung parang
Points.
Parang points ganun. So parang sumali pa siya and everything kasi she wasn't able to have that opportunity to have a chance to win because of her work. So parang you really need to step down a little bit from your real life. From your real life.
Ang sad naman nun.
It was sad. We missed her during that day.
But is her work science related?
Hindi. Pero yun nga. Work pa rin.
Yeah, kasi syempre mahirap na mag-provide monetary, financial issues. Kailangan talaga unahin. Kasi at the end of the day, hindi naman papakainin ng pageant din yung family mo if you're the breadwinner.
Yes, exactly.
That's sad. So, to end our episode today, any final words to our listeners and aspiring beauty pageant contestants?
If you want to join a pageant, be prepared to put your blood, sweat, and tears into the pageant. And also be prepared for criticisms that cannot be avoided. A lot of people can critique your looks, your body, the way you speak, etc. And you need to have a tough skin for that. But also, if you want to join a pageant, if your heart is true, then I think you'll do fine.
Ayan. So, thank you very much, Iris, for sharing your experience for Miss Philippines Earth, your Miss Philippines Earth journey. So, if you want to be our next guest for our podcast, please scan the QR code in your screen. Kung alam kung nasan, sa taas ba? Sa baba? Pero, okay. Ayan, just scan our QR code so you can be our next guest here at BTS. So thank you everyone for listening and see you again next time.